Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, November 28, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call and all the rest tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. We're going to cover what the structure is right now, what's happening in this very moment in our country. As far as Trump, the hit on a couple of guardsmen in Washington, D.C., a lot of things that on the surface don't add up. What's the root of the situation? What's causing it? What's the outcome going to be? You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. No outside distraction. Relaxed into the body, your body. Still as a statue and focused on your breath rising and falling. Nothing matters so much that we should throw ourselves into a state of panic about it. No happening is so important that we should let ourselves be exiled from inner peace and mental calm for its sake. Paul Brunton. You've heard maybe you've said this to somebody so far in this lifetime more than once. There's nothing to worry about. You ever said that to somebody? There's nothing to worry about. And then they say, well, what about this and this and this? How can you say there's nothing to worry about? If you want to know one of the deepest truths to meditate upon, try this one. There is nothing to worry about. Let yourself really feel this message. Let's sink in deeply into your body and inside your heart. There truly is nothing to worry about because you are always being provided for and taken close care of by the God source. Now, you can trust that there is a divine power running the bigger show behind the scene. What is that divine power? The real you. It is always there making pure, sure, everything that is needed to manifest will manifest so that you become a fully self-realized, enlightened being. There is no need to worry, as everything that is unnecessary in your life will not happen. The events, people, and situations in your future are all on the divine schedule. Your job is to relax, be grateful, and enjoy the journey as much as you possibly can to the very end. And whenever we worry, we are not trusting in life, ourselves, or God. We stop believing that there is a highly intelligent, all-loving, conscious force that is here now, the real you, the God that you are in that body, leading us deeper into our very being and higher into our greatest ecstasy. Where does it come from? It is rampant right now in this country. It's rampant. Where does it come from? Worrying is a symptom that your mind has taken control over you, and you start to believe you are a small, limited being with limited insight, direction, and power. It is a repression of understanding, comprehending that at the core you are an unlimited soul with infinite power. That's the real you. Every one of us, that's the real us. So, unlimited soul with infinite power who is intimately connected to an all-encompassing God source. And when you honor this connection, you'll find that a day without worry is a day of surrendering to the divine. No matter how many times you're told not to worry, your mind is still going to return to its habit and try. You cannot permanently stop this old pattern with pure force and willpower. And the only thing you can do is transcend the mind entirely by realizing the truth of who and what you really are. And when you see how amazingly powerful you actually are, the mind becomes a bit embarrassed of its worrying habit and gives up. And by looking deeper inside to your essential nature, you'll find that you are the God source in essence. And you are not these limiting ideas about it all. You'll find you are the all-pervasive being who is the divine witnesser, watching the entire show, living as this witnessing awareness means you're no longer believing the illusions the mind is creating are real. You realize that piece of rope you thought was a snake is just a rope. You are not afraid to pick it up and play with it. And yet you also have the choice to step over it and ignore it. Thoughts flying through your mind right now are only indicators of what life experience you're having and have nothing to do with who and what you truly are. Seeing this deeper truth is how you'll transcend the mind completely. The more time you spend seeing what is beyond thought, behind the mind, there will come a day where you are truly free from the mind and the suffering habits it was addicted to. It's unbelievable how much you do not know about the game you've been playing your whole life. Mickey Mantle made that quote. When you choose to allow yourself to continuously explore this God source at your core, you'll find that worry leaves your life completely. It's as if worry was the last tiny snowflake sitting on the hot pavement in spring. It doesn't stand a chance to exist in the presence of the divine, you. Yet to arrive at this place takes vigilance. You will need to become highly aware of the dream you're dreaming, why you're dreaming this particular dream, who is this dreamer who is inventing this dream you're imagining all day long. You'll need to relax, sit back from the mind, live your life as the one who is awake and has realized the dream is not real. When you make this comprehension more important than anything else in your life, you'll discover the most amazing joy, bliss, and freedom you could ever have imagined. To liberate your life from worry forever, you'll need to use every feeling and emotion inside you to burn through the dreaming pattern. You'll need to use every obstacle, problem, and crisis happening in your life as fuel to awaken from the dream. It doesn't mean the mind will ever stop dreaming. You just won't be wrapped up in it. That is why painful feelings are a part of life. They wake you and shake you up so that you eventually step back from the dream. Nobody wakes up when life is emotionally comfortable and cozy. Most of us are asleep at that stage. They merely fall into deeper sleep. When you realize how you can use the mind, you are no longer used by it. That's what these meditations, the basis are, is you go into silence. You're in the now. That's it. You're not in yesterday and tomorrow. When you're not in yesterday and tomorrow, you have left the mind alone. You're not interacting with the mind. That's why it's so imperative. The only way we will make the transition is through meditation. There's no other way. And I'll tell you, it's been tried many ways throughout the ages. And it always goes to meditation. Period. the mind stops using you in this process, and you end up using the mind. Every wonderful and horrible feeling becomes like rocket fuel, needed to propel you beyond your deeply embedded patterns. And eventually, you will stop believing in the mind's illusions. However, the only way out of the mind is to go through the mind, to go through it. The reward you'll get is a permanent state of gratitude, feeling loved, at peace, and completely free, genuinely free. Transcending the mind is the greatest liberation any of us will ever experience, and is the main reason why you signed up for this lifetime. You made a commitment as the God. I'm going to go into the body and I'm going to do these things, right? And on top of it, all that was wiped out, so you didn't have a clue. Face all of the worries you have. Write them all down. Make a list. Check it twice. Make sure you got everything you can possibly think of on there. Take the top number one worry on that list that continues to bother you more than any other worry. Find the one that is stronger than all the others, and give yourself permission to truly sit with it, be with it, as if it were your long-lost old friend that you've not visited within many years. Talk to your worry as if it were a real entity. Ask it what it needs. What does it need to experience to let go, be happy, and trust life again? Listen very closely, as it may whisper to you in a very quiet voice what its real needs are. And once you find out what it really wants, do everything in your power to meet that need this week. Find out what it takes to get that need met on some level where it and you can relax. And after you've found out how to connect and meet this worry's needs, then move on down the list until your worries have come to peace within themselves. Most of us will evade. I'm not going to deal with that now, I'll deal with it later. Right? I'm not going to address that right now, I'll wait till later. I'll do that next week. Right? And it builds up. And you all know that when you have these things, these worries, we all have worries. They come in, and they catch you by surprise a lot of the times. And they hang around, they linger, and they mingle. And then you say, all right, the only way that I'm going to disperse this worry is to face it. Find out what it needs. It's like I've said numerous times. You see, it's like sitting on the Davenport or the couch and having a conversation with these worries. And you'll find out a lot of the times that they're so flimsy, your mind has prefabricated them into something horrendous. And they're not. They're not horrendous. In fact, you'll find that just about every worry that the mind produces is flimsy, to say the least. But we give it more power. See, those thoughts come in, the mind brings them in. We embrace them. We give them attention, which means we give them energy. The more energy we give them, the more they come into reality. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? It's knowing this. So we're not fighting the mind. We're not in some kind of a battle. We're learning from the mind. We're learning. We use the mind to master it. We use the mind to master it. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're progressing by choice. Great courage, great commitment within ourselves to use the mind to master the mind. We all are born, the body. We talk about the body, not the God. When we say born, we mean the body. Okay. We are all born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us, which means to discover who and what we are which is the God, not the body. It's not just in some of us. It's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. We talk about this so much because it's what we do. It really, we bring it all into this life. We bring it all, totally. Not, okay. People will say, well, then come on, all these little surprises and stuff. We don't manifest those, do we? Yeah, we do. Not consciously. Usually unconsciously or subconsciously. We manifest it all of it, exactly the way your life is in this very moment is what you've manifested. No, nothing outside of you, okay? And no influence over here, but it's what you've manifested, and through the mind which controls you, because you don't know it is controlling you. You have no idea. You believe it's you, but it isn't you, it's the mind. And the funny thing is the mind is an illusion. And we created as a collective consciousness the illusion so that we could learn. And once we learn, the illusion is no more. And that means that all of us are always manifesting something. If you're a drunk in a ditch with a brown paper sack and a bottle in it, you've manifested that. See, there really isn't, we've heard this, the blame game. Always blaming somebody or something. And in actuality and originality, it is us that has manifested it. We have manifested everything in our life, from the shoes on our feet to the amount of money in your bank, to the quality of every relationship in your life. The truth is you cannot ever stop manifesting. You, all of us, are a super powerful manifesting being. So if you were to accept, or when you are to accept, that you truly have this awesome power, what would you spend your time focusing on creating into this world? What would it be? Now you could say to yourself, superficially, right? But still you manifest things that you don't want. And you don't know you're meant it. You don't know it. As we move through our day, notice if you are on automatic pilot, or are you truly present to the moment of your life. Pay close attention to your mind. Watch it. Is it truly here right now? Or if it is still bouncing back into the past or future. Awareness is the grand master key to manifesting and training your mind to remain in the present moment. We have the ability to be truly conscious in every moment. And as we dive consistently into this stream of pure consciousness, it naturally tends to grow and expand. When we have brought this light of consciousness into the darkest closets of your being, illuminated every tiny hidden aspect inside yourself, you will have reached a very significant level of enlightenment. Everything will manifest easily for you, and life will reward you greatly. You'll see the most miraculous thing naturally manifesting for you at your smallest will. And the more you are relaxed into your essence, or the being that is here now, the easier it is to consciously choose what you manifest into your life. Choose to stop believing that you have a limited ego mind trapped in thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. Simply be aware of the truth of who you are. Know that you are not just a limited body-mind or any of the beliefs you have about it. Know that you are this cosmic eternal consciousness that will never ever die, and you automatically increase your ability of what you wish to consciously create. Living life from this perspective, it becomes insanely easy to create anything you want. And when there is realization of who you truly are, there is no doubt or fear attached to who you think you are. You become this deeply peaceful being who is truly at home within your own body-mind and naturally become the living master of your life. That's what we're here to do, to become the living master of your life. The fastest way to become a conscious manifester is to daily visualize that what you want to manifest has already occurred in the physical world. It is important to feel it, see it, and believe it. Whether you are aware of it or not, you're always sending out a manifesting vibration into this universe that boomerangs back to you in some form. That's why we talk about the fact, whatever you wish upon others, you're wishing upon yourself. The boomerang effect. Whatever you do to others, you're doing to yourself. The boomerang effect. It comes back and hits you. The more conscious you can become of what frequency you're sending out. So you become aware of what you're sending out at all times. Okay? The easier it will become to finally attune it to a higher vibration energy where you will naturally attract each desire you have with joy and ease. Be aware of the quality of energy, right? Be aware of the quality of energy are you putting into the desires you want to manifest. Notice if you are focusing on having what you want from a place of hoping it will occur or really trusting it will actually show up. By creating awareness about how conscious you are about your intention, you bring more energy and power to it. It's best to start with knowing what the experience is that you most want to have when your greatest desire has manifested. From this place, there is no ambiguity about what you're about to receive when you arrive at your goal. Perhaps you are simply humming along in life, living in a somewhat comfortable existence, and you haven't yet thought about the kind of day you want to manifest today. What would you have liked to accomplish? What would you like to accomplish? What kinds of interactions and conversations would you like to have had? When you practice being more conscious of who you are being right now, it's easier to steer your life towards the life you want to manifest. When you have clarity about what you want on your inner world, it acts like a blueprint that manifests itself into your outer world. When you are clear about what your heart really wants, you naturally create it. It must find some way to flow into your life. This is the abundant, magical nature of this universe. And when you are unconscious and not clear on what you want, this universe tends to give you apricots when you wanted peaches. Manifesting becomes more hit or miss science with a vague vision of your greatest desired outcome. It's not a bad thing, yet you may just get a little of this and a little of that. This mind of yours is your super manifesting power tool, and it is always drilling its way through life and creating something. Why not redirect it to the most wonderful, positive thing? And whenever the mind wanders to the skeptical side of the tracks, which none of us are exempt from, simply observe the thought pattern and slowly back away. Now, if and when it continues to perpetually move down the same or similar negative path, you'll need to go deeper inside yourself to uproot its pattern. Start with investigating what positive outcome you really want to achieve by continuing down that old negative trail. Perhaps it's a cry for support, a hug, fatherly advice, motherly love, or just getting anybody's attention. When you get that deeper need met on a daily basis, that reoccurring pattern will instantly discontinue. And when you are practicing being more conscious and clear about what your deepest intentions are for each day, you start being more aware of what thoughts are flowing through you in every moment. You stop allowing for negative, complaining thoughts to be vocalized, and you become laser focused on having only positive, creative thoughts about your intention. With awareness, you can effortlessly step out of an old stream of negative thinking and rechannel your mind into an inspired flow of positivity. When you are super clear, you can also relax deeply into the feeling of what you want. This is like sending out an ultra-strong radio signal to this universe that is picked up and sent back to you in the form of your manifestation. And as you constantly use the mind in a focused, concentrated way, you realize how deeply this universe is listening to you and constantly answering your requests in the form of a physical manifestation every day. Whatever it is that you deeply desire to manifest into your life, it can be yours with joy and effortless ease. Increase your level of consciousness every day this week by bringing your attention to what is conscious inside you right now. Take 10 minutes every day. Slow down. Notice what is looking through your eyes, listening through your ears, and thinking about what it's seeing and hearing. This is an inward experience that will soon bring you into a calming sensation. Bring your awareness through your innermost feelings, thoughts, and ideas back to where is the source of these thoughts coming from. Always turn your awareness back into itself, like a mirror reflecting itself with another mirror. Bring your attention continuously into that which is simply aware. There is no better way to increase consciousness. You practice this for days on end, your life will change in the most outrageous ways. You'll become present to this divine being that you are and that everyone is. Consciousness will grow inside you. You'll start becoming more loving, centered, free. There is a second stage that will skyrocket your manifesting ability. As you go through your day, reboot your mind. How to do this is to bring your awareness to noticing the type of experiences, interactions, and feelings that you are having. Every so often, ask yourself this powerful reboot question. What am I focusing on right now? You will be astounded at how this simple question can refocus your energy on what you want versus falling back into the pre-programmed thoughts that are keeping you stuck, unloved, wounded, and broke. When you find out what the mind is focusing on, simply ask the mind to return to focusing on what you most want to manifest into your world. This question will center you, ground you, support your manifesting vibration. Imagine right now that you have a magic wand in your hand that will grant you any wish you desire. You just wave this wand over your life, and all of your greatest desires have just manifested into your life. Everything you wanted is now yours. Everything. You have your ideal house, income, body, relationships, love, even world peace. How do you feel now that everything your heart desired has now manifested? Practice this exercise every morning, spending at least 10 minutes focusing on all the amazing things and situations you've manifested and how you feel. Imagine that your every desire is now a living part of your reality. Notice how you feel different inside now that this desire is not something you have to go out and achieve or attain. Doing this enlightening exercise daily will increase your awareness and create an energetic blueprint for your entire day where your mind and body will automatically align with this vibration, resulting in the easy and effortless manifestation of your desire. Join in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. The mind cannot keep up with the conscious. It is too fast for the mind. Mind is always getting caught in the past and future. When you are totally in the moment, there is no mind. You're sitting, being silent, being open to everything, and resisting nothing. Realize that it is coming from either a fear of loss or a fear of separation from the source. The meditative mind happens once the feeling of whatever you want to change is fully experienced and dissolved. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. We'll return here tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call and all the rest. And Saturday, November 29, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Being the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart. Allow the fun, the love, joy, the bliss, the happiness, the peace to come flooding in.